Have you ever felt like the loneliest person in the world, even when surrounded by people? Loneliness can strike at any moment. During a lunch break, a quiet weekend, or a move to a new city. Unfortunately, this once occasional feeling has become a chronic problem for millions in recent decades. A staggering 45% of young adults in the UK report often feeling lonely, and an alarming 36% of the US population experiences loneliness regularly. Despite living in a time where we're more connected than ever, many of us still feel isolated and alone. But here's the thing: loneliness and being alone are different. You can feel blissful in solitude and miserable in a crowd. Loneliness is a personal and subjective experience. If you feel it, it's real for you. Have you ever been told that you're just not good with people, and that's why you're feeling lonely? It's a common myth, but loneliness can happen to anyone, regardless of their social skills. Loneliness is a part of our biology, much like hunger. Just like hunger alerts us to our physical needs, loneliness alerts us to our social needs. Our bodies crave social connections because it's what helped our ancestors survive. Millions of years ago, being part of a group and forming solid bonds was crucial for survival. As a result, our brains became increasingly attuned to others' thoughts and feelings, making being social an integral part of who we are. Our ancestors lived in groups of 50 to 150 people, and we were born into social networks. In the past, survival depended on being part of a group. From finding food, to staying safe and warm, to caring for our young, we simply couldn't do it alone. Feeling rejected is a deep-rooted part of our human experience. But did you know it's actually a survival mechanism? It serves as an alarm system, reminding us to adjust our behavior so we don't get isolated and cast out from our tribe. Our ancestors who felt the pain of rejection more intensely were more likely to change their ways and stick around, while those who didn't faced a much more uncertain future. This is why rejection and loneliness can feel so unbearable. Throughout history, these connections have kept us alive and thriving. But as we build a new world for ourselves, these mechanisms are being tested in new and unique ways. It was in the late Renaissance and the rise of individualism that loneliness became a widespread problem. With the breakdown of communities during the Industrial Revolution and the focus on the individual, millions began feeling isolated and lonely. But this wasn't how it was always meant to be. Our bodies were built to thrive in social connections. As our world transforms into the fast-paced, modern society we see today, we've left our social roots behind. The constant pursuit of new opportunities, whether for work, love, or education, often leads us to move vast distances and leave our support system behind. As a result, we are meeting fewer people in person and having fewer face-to-face interactions. In the US, the average number of close friends a person has dropped to between 1 to 4. Many people fall into the trap of chronic loneliness without even realizing it, as the demands of adulthood, work, university, relationships, and parenting leave little room for socializing. With a busy schedule and endless entertainment options at our fingertips, it can take a lot of work to make time for connections. Are you feeling disconnected and yearning for close relationships? Unfortunately, making close connections as an adult is not always easy. But here's the catch. Our bodies and minds are still wired the way they were 50,000 years ago, meaning that we are biologically designed for human connection. Studies have uncovered the devastating impact of chronic loneliness on our health. It makes you age quicker, makes cancer more deadly, advances Alzheimer's, and weakens your immune system. Do you know the true cost of loneliness? Research has revealed it's as lethal as smoking a pack of cigarettes daily and twice as deadly as obesity. But that's not even the worst part. Once loneliness sets in and becomes chronic, it can spiral into a self-perpetuating cycle. Our bodies are wired to feel physical and social pain similarly, making us perceive both as threats. As a result, we retreat into a defensive mode, and when loneliness becomes chronic, our brains enter self-preservation mode, leading us to see danger and hostility in everything. But that's not all. Studies have uncovered a surprising twist to the story of loneliness. While your brain may be more alert and receptive to social signals, it also becomes worse at interpreting them correctly. This means you're paying more attention to others but understanding them less. The part of your brain responsible for recognizing faces can become impaired, leading to a higher likelihood of categorizing neutral faces as hostile and causing distrust in others. Loneliness can cause you to assume the worst about others' intentions, leading to a self-centered approach for protection and a perceived cold and unfriendly demeanor. If you're feeling overwhelmed by loneliness, the first step is to identify the vicious cycle you may be caught in. This cycle often starts with a feeling of isolation, which triggers tension and sadness. These emotions lead you to focus on negative interactions, causing your thoughts about yourself and others to become more negative. This, in turn, affects your behavior, leading you to avoid social interaction, which only adds to your feelings of isolation. But don't worry. The more you recognize this cycle, the easier it will be to break out of it. Do you ever feel the urge to shy away from other people and decline social invitations? This could be a sign that loneliness has taken hold of you. But here's the good news. You're not alone. Everyone has a unique story, and if yours has become one of feeling left out, others can sense it, and the world may reflect that back to you. Unfortunately, this feeling can slowly and insidiously grip you over the years, even leading to depression and a state of mind that makes it difficult to form connections despite your desires. The key to breaking free? Embrace the fact that loneliness is a normal emotion and nothing to be ashamed of. Everyone at some point in their life experiences loneliness. It's a common part of being human. Instead of trying to ignore or eliminate the feeling, embrace it and work to uncover its root cause. Despite all the incredible advancements we've made in our world, none of the shiny things we've created can replace or fulfill our innate need for human connection. Unlike other creatures that find their sustenance in their environment, we humans find what we need in each other. So it's vital that we construct our human world with that need for connection as its foundation. So, what do you say? Are you ready to spread some positivity and make a connection today? Whether you're feeling lonely or want to brighten someone else's day, there's no better time to take the first step. Reach out to that friend you haven't spoken to in a while, give your family member a call, or invite a coworker for a coffee break. You could try something new and attend a new event or join a sports club. Whatever you choose to do, do it with an open heart and without any expectations. The goal is simply to expand your connections and increase your social interactions. Remember, everyone is unique and different, so find what works best for you. You may be surprised by the impact a small act of kindness can have on you and the person you're reaching out to. So why not take advantage of this opportunity and make a meaningful connection today? Who knows? It might just be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.